quite a G. Anyway, welcome guys. True Power Trumpet Fitness here on Magnificent Monday here in Connecticut. And you saw the thumbnail. 5 days, count them, 5 days since I last played. I don't know about this. This might get a little weird, I have to say, because of the 5 days in the hotel. I don't know something about the heating, whatever. I felt like Sunday driving home. My lips felt like paper. Very, very chapped. Anyway, let's see what we got and we'll take it from there. My favorite shirt. I don't need Google. My wife knows everything. Anyway, let's see what we got, guys. Anyway, drinking your juice. Three active chromatic rips. Little barbed wire. Felt a little funky. Everything didn't quite slot in on the Arbin. Okay? And scales down to the single pedal C, wide open. 5 days off. Now, the reason I put Doc on the thumbnail and all the other pictures, he would never take 5 days off. He'd rather cut off an arm than take 5 days off. Anyway, here's the deal. My mother needed help. Several things. You pet owners, if you ever had to put a family pet down. We don't have pets. And that was one of the most gut-wrenching things I've ever witnessed. It doesn't seem like much, you know, putting a cat down, a 15-plus-year-old cat. I mean, the cat was ancient. It doesn't seem like much, but to be holding the cat when the life goes out of her is... Anyway. That's what was going on this weekend. And by the time I got home on Sunday, guys, I was toast. I was not eating the way I was supposed to. I did my best to stay vegan and all this sort of stuff. But basically, it was take out Chinese and all this sort of stuff. So physically, I didn't feel great. But I did do some spit buzzing. Very little spit buzzing, but some. But I brought my kettlebell, my 35-pounder up, and I did about a half an hour in the hotel room every day. Then I spit buzzed a little bit. That was about the extent of my practice, if you want to call it that. Okay? And as I told you, my lips felt weird when I came back on very, very dry. Very, very dry, like they were going to crack. When I came back on Sunday, but I just completely doused myself with juices and water and hydrated up. So that's gone today. That's gone, but just really dehydrated the whole weekend between the heating system in the hotel. It was a beautiful hotel. And whatnot. So anyway, that's it. Now, like I say every time, the chops themselves, high, low, medium, wavy, soft, loud, are not bad. I'm not going to say they're fine. They're fine. I'm not going to say they're great after, I practice spit buzz reset up, but they're fine. If I had to do a lead high note thing today, but as I said many times, and I'll probably say it again because I'm going to do this every time I take days off for whatever reason, oral surgery or whatever. The technique doesn't quite lock in. It just seems like the fingers are not completely coordinated with the chops. Okay? I'm thinking that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Now, I tell all my students, it takes 5 minutes or no minutes to develop chops. It takes hours to develop virtuosity. And those hours are not what I put in anymore. The broad spectrum of chops, I've got. The rest, I don't. And I'm not going to, and that doesn't bother me at all. That doesn't bother me at all. But guys, also, I have to say, and guys, I'm not pushing, well, I am pushing 1SBs because I want you to all have one. Okay? I couldn't do that. Again, take days off and come back, no problem, until the 1SB came along. I really couldn't. It wasn't as bad as when I was playing Bach mouthpieces and tight corners and doing long tones and all that. But it wasn't as bad as that. But it wasn't like today. Just pick it up and basically nothing is gone. Now, give me 15 minutes on the technique and the technique would be slotted in. The technique would be slotted in. Guys, it's because, for lack of a better term, we play with relaxed corners. If you're tightening up the corners, guys, it's like getting a muscle in shape. And if you take 5 days off from a workout regimen, yes, you're going to feel it when you come back. But we are not getting those chops in shape in the traditional sense. We're not tightening them. So there's nothing to get in shape, per se. What we have to do is to keep them relaxed. The tongue has to be in the right place, tip against the soft inner red of the bottom lip, and we can't overblow. But other than that, if you take 5 days off, guys, you're not beating up your chops. You know, what some sadistic band leader wants to hear MacArthur Park at the end of the night, that type of thing. You're not beating yourself up, so there's no swelling or anything that has to go down. We're not developing this in the traditional sense, right? We're not doing that. As long as the tongue is in the right place and you're not overblowing, yes, you can absolutely 1,000% take days off and the chops are fine. Is there a limit to this? I think the most I've taken off since the 1SB came along was a week. I wonder if it'd be different from a month. I mean, I'm not planning on taking a month off. I'd be climbing up the walls without playing for a month. So, anyway. So anyway, my favorite shirt, Joe Avella, my friend, made a very, very funny comment. If you don't need Google, if your wife's so smart, he says, if your wife's so smart, why am I wasting all this time taking lessons with you? If I don't have a double C by the end of the week, I'm going to switch to Mrs. Ace. If she knows more than you, right? I'm telling you what, I've told you before. She edits all my books. So in theory, I mean, she's never played the trumpet in her life. Needless to say, she's never played a musical instrument in her life. But in theory, she knows more about the system than anybody other than myself. Okay? And we were fooling around. This was maybe 8 months, 12 months ago. I'm not even sure. But we were fooling around back and forth. Well, you said this. Well, I didn't say this. Well, don't talk to me like it. Just fooling around, right? And she goes, oh, please, go downstairs and relax your corners. Downstairs, as you see, is my man cave. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm back. You should be back. And let's start spit buzzing. Get some kettlebells, guys. Let me help you with that. The feedback on that has been everybody loves them. And they do agree that it makes a huge difference in your playing. Oh, by the way, my health and fitness channel is officially on Rumble. Okay? I did not put anything up yet. We just got it straightened out last night. So I will put up something today, and I will give you something, either a snippet today, or I'll add something in the video tomorrow of how to go find me on Rumble. It's True Power Health on Rumble. But don't bother now. All lowercase, no spaces, all one word. And there's nothing to see yet. I haven't put anything up yet, but I'll explain that again. All right, guys. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.